people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming to the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Mr. President, recently we witnessed the demolition of the CDC headquarters in Commonwealth Town, which was carried out through a court order. How does the administration ensure that such enforcement action are done fairly and without political interference?
The law is the law. It's not the government. It's the government implementation of the law. The police were ordered to do it, and they did it. Is that demolition is removal of the people from premises that don't belong to them according to the law.
Why will George Weah, who is tempted by Joseph Boakai, who was drowning in his Egypt land, who was dead, very red up, dirty, stink, you could find him passing around, practically dead and useless. Why will such a man conduct make you Weah vex that you will struck the work and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, he would have fallen in the place of Moses.
The Liberian National Police commends the Congress for Democratic Change for the discipline, calm, and statesmanship demonstrated during the recent eviction process. Your respect for the rule of law, despite the deep sentimental value and history attached to the property, reflects a maturity that strengthens Liberia's democracy. This movement is not only a testament to CDC's leadership, but also a reminder to all political institutions and citizens that our democracy grows stronger when lawful decisions are honored peacefully.
Today, you have a rebel police director who thinks that he has arrived. And the worst thing about all these people, they all benefited from the magnanimity of George Weah. Ranging from people on the bench of the Supreme Court, they got letters from George Weah. If some of them choose to pay him back with evil, it's up to them. The very Gregory Comer today, he worked in the previous administration when Weah came, he also got another letter again. If he chooses to do what he's doing, it's up to him. But one thing I can tell you for sure is this is how we had always been molded. That's how God has already molded Weah and catapult him into success. He will suffer rejection, denigration, humiliation. That has been his life. How can you make somebody who has been down the line their shame? The person has gone through shame. They have gone through disgrace. They have done everything they can. Whatever people thought and were laughing at them, they surmount everything and catapult themselves into becoming someone who is towering that the whole world can look at today. What more can you do? You think you're bringing that person down? You're just hurting yourself. In fact, what you are doing, you are destroying yourself. You know what it takes for you to proud in yourself of being bad? When people are looking for good image, you are happy in becoming a bad person. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. A bad person, George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. A bad person, George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever.
This government assigned security to the former president's house. This government is capable of bribing any of its security to plan any evil in the former president's house. This government has done so many things that have questioned the credibility of the president. They have manipulated the law. They have manipulated security. The president has interfered with investigations of other issues that we know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
CDC, get ready for George Weah to come back. But for you to be ready, you want George Weah to come back? You want George Weah to come back? Either every one of you got to go out in the street and start recruiting. You go in the community where you live and start recruiting. 2029 will be at the polling station. Any attempt to cheat, any attempt to wreck the election, the consequences will be so severe that even those who in power will not be understanding. Any attempt to cheat in 2029, any attempt to cheat in 2029, some of our friends who want to cheat in 2029, the consequences will be severe, will not be understanding. This country is a democracy, and the result must be upheld.
Anybody break election will run here. Will come from the bush. Will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I'm saying. Anybody break election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it. Anybody break election will run here. Will come from the bush. Will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I'm saying. Anybody break election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it. Anybody break election will run here. Will come from the bush. Will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I'm saying. Anybody break election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Almighty, the creator and sustainer of life, the God who keeps watch over everybody, the God who provides, the God who also give time to the despotic, tyrannic, dictatorial rulers to repent, the God who exact judgment on evil rulers. Yes, that God we serve. He kept watch over us last night, and he has set us into this day. What a day it is, people. Thank you all for coming on. I appreciate all of you great people. You are so good. You're so massive. You're so extraordinary. Thank you ever so much. Can appreciate you the more. Thank you for the moral support and every other thing, the prayers and all that you pour out. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. This day is a great day. It is the day of my church pastor wife, Fredrina Pastor Fredrina Trinity Betty. Her birthday is today. So it's a blessed, joyous birthday. Pastor Mrs. Fredrina Blood Trinity Betty, whose birthday is today. It's always good to thank God when he has given you another day. Also, my dear sister, Orita Sunday World Choir, thank you also for coming on. All of you great people, I appreciate it. The chairman himself is on. Roman Rico Latupan or Cannibal Forshot, the chairman for life, the one and only chairman. Yes, the melting pot, the reference point chairman is on. All of you, I appreciate all of you great people. Time is of the essence. Let's get started. As usual, we out of Liberia briefly. Tanzania activist Maggie Kimambi has written to United States President Donald Trump after Meta, that's Facebook, suddenly removed her Instagram, which had over 8 million followers, her news page, and her WhatsApp news platform. Kimambi, who lives in the United States, says her platforms were crucial for sharing reports of abuses, election violence, and corruption during Tanzania's recent election, where President Samia Suluhu won or was declared the winner with over 98% of the vote. She said that fellow activist Maria Sarugi has also lost her Instagram account. She is urging Donald Trump to call on Meta, the regulator of all of the networks constituting social media, to reinstate her accounts and enhance protection for activists, as millions of Tanzanians rely on those channels amid media restrictions and state pressure. Guinea has introduced a new biometric verification system to combat the widespread problem of ghost workers in its public service. The system, known as Unique Administrative and Payroll Management Platform, follows a plot that saved the government 26.9 million Guinea money by removing illegitimate workers from the payroll. After the audit, fewer than 150,000 of the country's 270,000 registered civil servants were confirmed to actually report for work. The government said FUGAS is a major step toward modernizing the civil service and strengthening anti-corruption efforts. With ghost workers draining public funds across Africa, more countries are adopting biometric systems like FUGAS to clean up their payroll. South Africa's Correctional Services Minister says he wants to see all 27,000 foreign nationals currently serving sentences in South African prisons repatriated to their home countries to ease severe overcrowding. He noted, however, that current laws make fast repatriation difficult and legal amendments likely to take time will be needed. Speaking in the National Assembly, he warned that prisons are operating beyond capacity and that new facilities are urgently required. His remarks came amid ongoing debate over overcrowding, migration, and pressure on South Africa's correctional system. Zambia's controversial constitutional reform proposal, known as Bill 7, has been resubmitted to Parliament, with officials saying the revised draft reflects earlier feedback. The move has revived public tensions, and civil society, church groups, and the opposition argue the process is rushed and lacks real consultation. Concerns focus on plans to increase parliamentary seats, introduce hybrid voting system, and expand presidentially appointed members of parliament. Changes critics say could favor the ruling party. The bill will also let parties replace members of parliament without voter approval, raising fears over weakened accountability. As debate resumes, many Zambians view Bill 7 as a crucial test to the country's democratic direction, balancing promised reform against concerns about abuse of power. And finally, Gabon's tourism minister, Pascal Siphon, has been placed under house arrest after allegedly attempting to flee Libreville. He is suspected of embezzling or stealing. Embezzle is the word they use for politicians to cover the flower. The peasant, downtrodden, or ordinary, as they call them in Liberia, they use the word steal. So he's been suspected of embezzling. So we say stealing, so everybody understands it. Stealing nearly 18 million intended for tourism development, with investigators examining missing accounting justifications and possible misuse of money. Although placing a certain minister under house arrest is rare and politically sensitive, authorities say his recent behavior shows a strong likelihood he might attempt to leave the country. Appointed in September 2023, Siphon had launched several initiatives to revive Gabonese tourism, including an audit of state-owned hotels and new infrastructure projects. Those are some of the developments unfolding around the world, with emphasis on Africa. Let's get to developments unfolding here in Liberia. The country is in a dire position. It's terrible, it's bad off. The center of government is not holding. There is confusion within the government. The president is the president, but he isn't in control. He's not the one taking all of the decisions. He's been remote control, even though he speaks, but he says things that he really far from, and most of them are often far-fetched. The country isn't on autopilot, but you can say it that way. It's on autopilot because Mr. President relies on his people, whatever they tell him, that what they do. So they are using him as surrogates to accomplish their aims. The atmosphere isn't encouraging at all. I think the job is heavy for the president. He has to arrive at the crew expression stability, meaning if you're able to pull it down, if it's too heavy, put the load down, you're forced to carry it. It's not easy. Yeah, the burden is too much on Mr. President. When you are vice president, not much of a burden on you. You're a little bit relaxed. Much focus isn't on you. but the focus, the emphasis, the attention, the burden, everything on the president. And to lead a country, especially an African country like this, you have to be strong. You have to be foresighted. You have to be that ready person. Above all, it goes with energy. It goes with vibrancy, not just being carried away by the sweetness of the job, meaning those things that come with it. You ride a long convoy, you are highly protected, and all of those. But decision making determines whether the ship will sail smoothly or it will begin to rock. There where we are presently. It's not easy. It's getting terrible and bad by the day for the government. Most of the projects have stalled. They've given too many sermons. They were too quick to start delivering sermons when they did not look at the implications of those sermons. Rather, they felt that it was the time to prove a point to the opposition. Unfortunately, the point has not been proven. Their international partners will look them straight in the face and say, you haven't done nothing. Key, very significant that people will expect of any government first. Reconciliation, nothing. The government is a divisive government. The president is divisive by nature and divisive by attitude, given where he finds himself. The government unable to provide job for its people. The vice president confessed, terming it as the government's weakness, which you will not expect from a vice president stooping so low after bragging a lot, boasting from a rescue perspective that they have rescued the country. Then came Mr. President sitting in a cabinet meeting, again confirming, this time around in a more pitiful, pathetic manner, that the government has not been able to create jobs and that they need to carve a new idea. When this president bragged a lot, made an ambitious announcement, 10,000 jobs, 10,000 jobs, 10,000 young people going to be trained in IT, and on and on. Today, nothing. Mr. President just lives with shame, goes with excuses. It's because the job is too burdensome for Mr. President. It's not easy, but from an opposition perspective, it's okay. Yes, the opposition will not do as Unity Party did when they were in opposition. They lied, they concocted everything, they saw to it that everything they planned worked, and truly it worked against the Congress for Democratic Change because they too were relaxed. They were relaxed because they were already in, even though George Weah did a number of things, unprecedented development, but the guys around him were not sensitive to all those things that Unity Party was doing in opposition. The opposition can do those things today, not that they can do it, not that they don't have the ability, but they are responsible, intelligent opposition. You don't have to be disgruntled against a person if that person was disgruntled against you. You only need to be far-sighted in how you chatter your idea. And this is where I take exception to Charles MacArthur Gore position when he said George Weah is weak, because people understanding of leadership in this country, or leaders, you must be loudmouth, you must cause uneasy atmosphere, then they say you leader. No, it is not how radical you sound. The opposition in this country can radicalize the atmosphere, just as Unity Party radicalized the atmosphere in George Weah regime. They can radicalize anybody. They can do all of those things that Unity Party did. Unity Party wasn't extra in opposition. They aren't extra today. It is the same knowledge they use. That same knowledge they use. The opposition today can do it and can do it even better, worse. That this country, this president will feel uncomfortable. And he is feeling uncomfortable within himself. The opposition has not come out to do any one of those things that Unity Party was doing in opposition, not that they can do it. They have not come to do anything. But here is it. Mr. President in himself is uncomfortable. He takes his birthday to a bombing county. He leaves the city. He says the noise and all kinds of things. That tells you that it is he is tired. Now imagine the president saying that he has to move away from the noise. He has to come this side. He has to do this. It tells you that when the opposition start, Mr. President will go off. What they were doing, if the opposition today start to do the same thing, Mr. President will go off. If Mr. President can tell the whole country and the whole world that he had to move from over there to come on this side because the noise and this and that and that, so the opposition pressuring him. Intellectualism pressures, then you think violence is. Violence is just violence. It doesn't prove anything. It only shows it is your orientation or your nature. But intellectualism turns a person on, confuses a person. Guess what? What led Mr. President to say, oh, they go on the radio, they use reckless remarks? What led Mr. President to reference A.B. Weir, face the issue? Because it is intellectualism. Listen, discussing the issue is just like using a razor blade to cut a person. Violence does not intimidate anybody. No. It only makes people scared and it brings harm, but it doesn't intimidate. What intimidates a person, what stirs a person on, is what you put out from your mouth. Look at it from the community level. Two persons talking and one person uses a word. The other person stirs up in no time and say, you insulting me. What are you insulting me for? The next thing, it leads to fight. But that person did not insult. That person did not use any vulgar expression. But because the person said something more refined and that person did not understand, or even if the person understood it, given how he understood it, he moved to react. So the opposition don't need to do what Unity Party did. Mr. President has already shown the signs. And let me say, just as Sheikh Mustafa Kuyate, whose voice I also have, throughout, he kept on saying George Weah will not contest 2023 elections. George Weah is this, George Weah is that. Joseph Yuma Bwaga will not contest 2029 elections, whether you like it or not, because Joe Bwaga continued to give us signs. Look at him when he was coming out to do his birthday celebration. He almost fell. Look at him in the cabinet meeting. He almost went off when he was coughing. Excuse me. Look at, prior to that, look at signs all over, wherever he went. In Tanzania, the lady had to interrupt immediately because they saw unfavorable sign. She said, sorry, Mr. President, we have to cut you off because we are running out of time. Then he said, that is the disadvantage of being the last speaker. They have never cut off last speaker. They saw a sound. Mr. President back home, he goes to do a simple dedicatory ceremony. He's introduced. The president pulpit is exclusive. No one uses the president's pulpit. The president pulpit is only used by the president. There are two podiums. There are two podiums, one for the public and one only for the president to speak from. Nobody stands at the president's podium. The president is introduced from the general podium. The president leaves his podium, going to his car. They have to bring him home, back home rather, to say sit down or come here and talk. So imagine now going into, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 years from now. How you think you're going to be? Picture Joseph Yuma Boakai 4 years from now. He's 81, according, even though some people say he's 87. Some people put it at 84. Some people put it at 90. But he said 81. So he's 81, 2025. He will be 82, 2026, 83, 2027, 84, 2028, and 85, 2029. Now listen, don't be carried away by the number. It is the preservation of health. But the preservation of health, firstly, you must have that viability. So when little things are coming, it can be worked on medically. But if you overstrain yourself from your prime, getting into your adult, and then your age, and then your old age, it makes it very difficult. Very difficult. There are people on earth who, when you see some 85, 81 years old person, you will say, oh, that person is 50 or 60. When you see 84, when you see a 90-year-old person, you say, oh, that person is 65, 70. Some people, they are very vibrant. It's because they maintain a good health by what they eat, they slept enough, they took the right exercise, and a lot more. So time helped them. So if a person called, the lady calls her age and say, like one lady I was looking at before coming on, I think she 86. 86? No, more than that, because she was referring to Donald Trump as being her boy. And then the moderator asked her, well, why would you say that? And then she called her age, that she's far older than Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, I think he's in his 70s. And she was very vibrant, sitting, swinging here and there. So some people are like that. Some people know. Boakai, just like Ellen, they overuse themselves. They overuse their youthfulness. So at this point in time, it's not so much about the age. No. You can be 85, you can be 80, you can be 70. You gone down completely. It's because you overuse yourself from the onset. So at the time you want to be vibrant, it's no way you can be vibrant. That is the state Mr. President is in. It's not easy. He's in Nigeria. That's it. This is Liberia. That will take us to our next pointer. The House summoning the Liberia National Police, LEC, and Fire Service. The House's summons came from Representative Michael Thomas. He told his colleagues, whichever one is aware of what unfolded November 14, that left at least 5 persons dead. An investigation was conducted by these 3 institutions, and they need to give a full report of the Duper Road Shara community fire. They are to appear on next Tuesday to give a full finding. The representative said it is serious. These 3 institutions must give an understanding or brief them about the report, what they arrived at, what may have triggered the fire what led to that. So they are to appear on Tuesday of next week. LMP authorities, fire service, and LEC. There is the other side to this. And some people have been raising suspicion. I will not put it on a party line, but I will just say, but I know the person's link. And they try to be smart, devilishly, but they don't know it. So they've been talking. I believe that what prompted, maybe he must have read some of those social media posts, because some of the lawmakers, politicians, and other people, the media, some portion of the media feed on some of those social media stuff, which is not wrong, especially when you have validated the information and it becomes authentic, you can use it. But when you haven't validated it, you just see it because someone has posted, or because you have something against somebody or a political party, and you want to use that as a weapon, and you run with it without doing any validation of it. And when it backfires, you are the one who will be looking stupid in the eyes of the people. So there's been this call here and there about why and how they investigate why the fire. One school of thought said that the bodies weren't burned. Normally, such incident, the body would burn. And there wasn't anything like that. They were around, some of them. I was not around. So we're just saying what they said. Probably that's one of the reasons that the representative may have persuaded his colleagues to call those three institutions to give a full finding. So one school of thought said the bodies weren't burned. So it raises suspicion. The argument is, that school of thought argument, such a blazing, uncontrollable, non-stop fire, 5 persons, no matter what, the body, even 3, 4, or the bodies were burned, given the severe heat of fire. Another school of thought said, no, so they are to appear on Tuesday. But here is it. Let's put this into perspective. Assume that the bodies weren't burned, no mark on the body. Then it's mystery. Let's assume that the information out that the bodies weren't burned at all, then it's mystery. It is mystery. If the bodies weren't burned, then it is a mystery. Mystery in the sense, meaning that I'm God. When you hear the word mystery, it's anything mysterious, it's anything beyond human understanding. That's what mystery is. Most often people understand it for God. Yes, he is the mystery God. He does things beyond our widest imagination. But in such a situation, mystery is used, can be attributed to traditional stuff or so, because the earth is known for all kinds of demonic activities. With her, the person in the house, and just receive a slap from an invisible hand and the 5 fingers remain on the person. All of us are aware of mystery events. So if the bodies weren't burned, then it's mystery. The second part of my perspective, and this lends, or this is one of the reasons also that may have triggered the representative concern for the people to go in and give their report based on what they saw of the bodies, and probably that could lead to the house to summoning the funeral home to give a description prior to walking on the body, how it was. So the next part of my perspective will be why the representative will want these people to appear that the husband wasn't there, wasn't in the house. I do not know. That's what we got, that he wasn't in the house. Assume that he was in the house, then the dead bodies will have been 6. So assume that he wasn't there, because that's what the people say. I can't say he wasn't there because I do not know. We do not know. Kings FME know. So we can say definitively. But it is unto us, meaning the profession, to take witness account. They were on the scene. That's why you hear the journalist ask, what happened here? What did you see? And you people say, oh, the fire went this place. This man ran behind. He took bucket of water. He put it that way. Many, they happened before the journalists arrived there. That's what they call eyewitness account or bystander's account. So they said that the man wasn't there. So if he was there, 2 things. Either he will have been in the house and be one of the dead bodies, or he will have been around the community and would muster the people to do something quickly, giving his family, giving the blood tie, giving the marital tie, would not just sit there, do nothing when there is a sign. The third aspect of my perspective, given that it has reached this far, it now increases his psychological frustration. It might likely lead to something else. And this is where caution comes in. Why it is true that the House of Representatives has oversight, they want to know XYZ, and people are raising their voices here. They are writing on social media, raising suspicion that the man may have known about it. It was a setup. Investigation has to go on. Why the bodies weren't burned, why he wasn't there, and all of things. As much as people are entitled to their opinion, but the leadership has to be psychological, so that we don't have another death. Because you know why? This can lead this man to commit suicide. The frustration. Imagine just a day, just 2 days after the burial, then he's in the public with the suspicion that he must have known. And people are attributing the deaths onto him. Why wasn't he in the house? And all of the psychologically, so I can lead people to. I had thought that when it came out today, that the House or Representative Michael Thomas will firstly play the role of a counselor representative or representative counselor by moving to him as a brother, and his representatives can console and then try to have a discussion. We see that in other countries. it will give the lawmaker a perspective so that when he gets back in plenary or on the floor or at his office, then he will make a determination whether they should go for investigation by inviting LEC, fire service, police, or not. Sometimes you want to just use a simple discretion. You firstly look at the condition, look at the man. In other countries, they will assign counselor to that man because of his current state. That man is a psychologically dead living man, meaning mentally he's not to himself. When you bring up investigation, because the investigation will draw him in. There's no way the investigation will leave him out. When the House, with Micah Thomas, the representative, now telling his colleagues in plenary, agree that Gregory Comer, Watsua Bafor, LEC boss, Mr. Sheriff, all of them should go. They will have to talk everything around there, and then it will lead to the husband. The husband would now become a suspect, a prime witness in this whole scenario. So what's going to happen? My emphasis is on the man. What's going to happen to him? Just hearing this information today, and he's in the press, not for consoling, but suspicion. Some people have started pointing fingers at him that he set his wife and 3 children up. And come to think about it, how a man would do that to his wife and 3 children? But that's the kind of society we have. You can see the political sentiment people are putting it. So I had thought that the representative will just sit and put himself in Mr. Garner's shoe, put himself in Mr. Garner's situation. If he were the one, and immediately people start raising suspicion and calling for investigation and using him as a prime suspect, a potential or possible accused. Micah Thomas will not be. I'm not saying that he's wrong, they're doing their job, but just talking about the psychological aspect. In everything, you want to take up time to do a full insight, give yourself a full understanding, and not to rush to analyze it well. It is against this backdrop that God said, be slow to speak, quick to hear. That quick to hear means analyze the situation. Don't just make announcement simply because you have the authority. You look at the man, you know what is happening, you know what the representative, the House of Representatives has done to that man right now. The man is still grieving. Who in this war? Your wife is dead, less than no time, then they say you killed the wife. Who can accept that? Who in this war? Your husband is off the earth. You are grieving. In the space of 2 days, there's growing public suspicion. And then the House of Representatives say LEC, police, fire service, you come. Knowing fully well that that investigation, whatever the report, it would then drag the husband into it. So what people do in other countries, they take time. Sometimes they will allow at most a month or 2, let everybody's eyes get off it, the consoling the man behind the scene. At the same time, they talking. So before that time, they will have an understanding of what it is. They're talking to community people in disguise. They're doing a lot more. They will not bring anything to the public, because the reason they will not bring it to the public, because they know the sensitivity of the situation and how the public will put their own sentiment into it and give it whatever the interpretation. But that's their job now. They say they're doing their job. That's what they said. They're doing their job. All right. So we didn't talk about it yesterday, but it's out. Let's talk about his colleagues. He made a proposal. It been around. He resurrected it from his office shell. The 5,000 bill that each of his colleagues, all of them should take home 5,000 and not 8,000. He said they are taking 8,000. They are receiving 8,000. The guys are receiving 8,000 according to Darius Dillon. They are receiving 8,000 and not. But some of his colleagues said, no way. No way. They don't agree. And they will never accept that proposal for the money to be cut. Some of them argue that if the senator means business, he should have done it long since and starting with himself. But because he has accumulated or acquired so much since Unity Party came to power, he has nothing much to do. He is now saying that they should cut their salary. And they are not making 8,000. The senator may have gotten it wrong. They receive 15,000 net, excluding their benefits and others. But they will always, from time to time, lawmakers will always hide their salary. That is why they don't want anything to be disclosed to the public in that place. They don't want audit, they don't want anything, but they will justify everything. They will give reasons why they should be for them. Yet they will call on institutions within the executive and out of the executive for questioning. But nobody should question them. We are told that each of the lawmakers receive 15,000 United States dollars. They are making 15,000. Nobody should mislead you. They are making 15,000, not 8,000. If this is not true, we challenge them, we challenge the Secretariat with the approval of the two leaderships of the legislature, the Senate and the House of Representatives, to publish their payroll, to publish their salaries, rather. Let them publish in the spirit of transparency. We challenge them. If they are not making, if each lawmaker is not receiving 15,000 United States dollars, excluding the benefits, and don't even talk about the ones that are on lucrative committees. 15,000. But Dillon say there are 8,000. Publish that 8,000. All of the lawmakers, Senate representative, you make it public. Let's see the 8,000 that each of you guys making. Then we'll be convinced and say, yes, these people making 8,000, in our opinion, is less, but we leave it that way. So since they say people coming to them for XYZ, we'll leave it as that. We challenge you. But we hold it to be true that you guys are making, according to the information out, 15,000. Again, The opposition today will not be like the opposition yesterday, but the information coming out. Yesterday, you had Heron Costa. You had people within the House of Representatives. You had people within the Senate who were leaking out payroll documents, salaries of the pro tem down to the least person. You had people doing it. That's when Costa would sit down and say, Abachie, John, we are nephew. Look at Abachie. Look at the money Abachie is making. He would say, he said, the president, the vice president, who is the president of the Senate, Joe Howard Taylor. Look at the vice president money. He called him millions. The government then was uncomfortable with that because your pay, your take-home pay is confidential. It's confidential. But they had people leaking out from the secretariat those documents. So Costa would sit down and explain everything, how much those guys were making. The opposition don't have anybody in there to do any one of those sinister stuff. But if your conscience is clear, you will be transparent enough. This is rescue government. Your rescue, the core value of rescue is transparency. That's why your president say no business as usual. There'll be accountability. There will be transparency. So since it is the first branch of government, lead with the first example. We challenge you to make that clear. You will always say that 5,000. Some people say, Darrell Dillon say 8,000. The other lawmaker will come. He will speak to people in confidence and say, we're making 7,000 days. The other one will say 6,000. The last time Member Briggs Mensa, Representative Member Briggs Mensa was in Bon County. After a program, she spoke to reporters. One of the reporters raised this issue. What did she say? She said they are making 6,000. Dillon said 8,000. So the guys in the House of Representatives, their money low, and the guys in the Senate, their money high. Because Member Briggs Mensa said 6,000. Recently, Dillon told us 8,000. Or it is not across the board. If it is not across the board, fine. But let us know. Representative Bernard Benson. I don't like to call that his nickname because he above that now. Representative Bernard Benson. I don't know whether that was a joke, but he said if anybody caught his pay, he would chunk go out on there. Representative Bernard Benson, he is the representative of District 70, Broville. He said anybody caught his pay, he would send go out on there. What he was simply saying, that gospel, that Dillon's gospel, it might not reach to him because anybody can run, he pay to cut it. The person who proposing that go out on the phone, they will get sick and they will die. And listen, don't overlook this thing. That legislature is one of the dangerous places. If you care for your life, you ought to be very, very cautious in that place. That legislature, you see so. So Representative Bernard Benson said, anybody try him to cut his money, he will send go out on. Oh God, the guys are interesting. He said anybody attempt to cut his money. So most of the guys there in the Senate, they disagree with him. The House of Representatives, they disagree with him. So I think Dillon bill is going to die a natural death. The guys don't want it. They don't want the money to be cut. They want the money to go up, but they will not carry up the money of the civil servants. They have the right to do that, but nothing. So that would be doing it for that. George Weah is in Washington, the United States of America. Just so you know, the man is not sitting. The man is a global icon. He's in the United States of America, along with FIFA president Gianni Infantino and other global figures. They have series of activities. Part of those activities, they will be meeting with the president of the United States, Donald Trump. The United States is hosting the World Cup, the 2026 World Cup. And George Weah, former Liberian president, Ballon d'Or winner, Africa best, European best, the political leader of the Congress of Democratic Change, is leading one of those high-profile panels or committees in the preparation of the World Cup. That's it. Then CDC is doing its groundbreaking. It's groundbreaking on Saturday, not in Monrovia, in Grand Bassa County, not in Monrovia. So it will not be misunderstood that because Unity Party is going to do their symbolic fundraiser, so CDC doing the same thing too. No, they are far apart. Unity Party will be in Congo Town on Saturday. CDC will be in Grand Bassa County on Saturday. The construction is ongoing in Magibi County. Saturday, the groundbreaking ceremony for CDC headquarters, and then it will move to the other counties with time. CDC is not on the racetrack with Unity Party competing who can have the most headquarters. According to the hierarchy of CDC, all of those things were in place. And no better time to do it than out of power than to have done it while in power. More to that, campaign has started. Campaign has started. The 2029 presidential and legislative campaign has started. Why am I saying it? Look at the Unity Party people and ask the National Elections Commission as to whether they are right. If the National Elections Commission say they are right, no problem with printing t-shirts and printing 2029 because they are not using the word vote, then it means that everybody can print 2029. So against that backdrop, seditions start to print your 2029 t-shirt. The only thing that would draw the National Elections Commission into it to say this is wrong, it's against the electoral law when you put the word vote. Unity Party did not put vote, they say no vacancy, but they have the number there 2029. So they are popularizing the year, even though the year is known. So let's take it that way, they are popularizing the year. So you too, print your t-shirts 2029, whichever description you can use. You already have your description. Your standard bearer has already told you the description. We are coming back. So you put there, we are coming back. Then you have we are picture, and then you have 2029. Your print everywhere, your flood, the whole country with your t-shirts 2029. If anybody asks you why you're doing it, tell them Unity Party started it. That's the best answer, the best reply you can give. If anybody asks you, say Unity Party started it. Huh? That's the best answer. Convincing answer you can give. And that person will have nothing to say. So everybody indirectly, let me qualify the word indirectly. Everybody indirectly campaigning. All of the partisans, political parties, everybody campaigning, because everybody talking about 2029, everybody preparing for 2029, everybody in the business of campaigning. Since nobody is using vote, and nobody can use vote until National Elections Commission declares campaign open, everybody can use number, everybody can use image, everybody can use words, everybody can use cliche, everybody can use whatever you want to use. There's no wrong with that, nothing wrong with it. So citizens, you move with your 2029 t-shirts too, whichever way you can print it. Yeah, you flood the country everywhere. Yeah, that's democracy. It's you know what it does? People start talking just as it talking, and it makes it interesting. It's just like football game. You have 22 players on the field, but you have 20,000 or more fans sitting in the various team jerseys, and they are talking about the game. They are enjoying themselves. That's sports democracy. So the same way, wear your t-shirts, your CDC t-shirts with your 2029 we are is coming back, and then you're talking about the politics of the day. The only thing is shouldn't degenerate into anything chaotic, anything violent at all. But as long as it can keep the atmosphere peaceful, it holds people together, it's okay. It's okay. Simple. So get your t-shirt, print it, get on the back. I don't know what you're going to put there, but I know that you have already been given description, except that you will disagree with your leader. But he said, we are coming back. And that's it. That's your description. For them, they say, no vacancy 2029. Come to think of it, what is there? No vacancy 2029. You ought to answer, what mean no vacancy 2029? You don't have anything but to cast a single vote and get out. It's not your personal property. You married to it. Everybody single going into 2029. No vacancy 2029. That political phrase there. The person that brought that thing, you put on your philosophical cap to really put phrases together or words together. So everybody campaign, yeah, that's it there. That's how I thought to close on these pointers for today. Everybody campaigning. They printed their t-shirts, their shirts. They going on Saturday to do a symbolic fundraiser, meaning they're going to give you the impression that they're raising money, but they already pay. The owners already have the money. They've already gone through the legal works. They've done the paperwork. Everything is done with. They have the headquarters. So they're going there to raise some money that they say according to them. And do you know that, let me see something from Moba Molu said that it is, yes, it's money laundering. You take the country money broad day. Let me see something. Yeah. If this is not it, then I will get it.
We are coming outside.
Okay, this is for December 17. I'll get that. So broad day, that is broad day stealing without regret, without justification. Imagine, just sit for a while Imagine this. CDC is in power still, and Unity Party is in opposition, and CDC announced the construction of a new headquarters and headquarters in the 15 counties. Imagine what Unity Party people were going to do. Just think about it. Think about how they were vicious. They were ruthless. They were demonic. They were diabolical in opposition. And today, they are doing the unprecedented. From the founding of this country, from 1822, it is 2025 that the country has come to know this. A ruling party that proud itself of no business as usual, of accountability, of Think Liberia, Love Liberia, Build Liberia, broad day, taking your money, taxpayers, taking you, Liberians, the taxes that you pay, it goes straight in the government coffers through the procedure it auto. The foreigners that paying taxes as per their business here, the Lebanese, the Indians, and all of those other races or color, the taxes they pay. The woman sitting on the table selling her leg goose, the taxes that she paying, that what Unity Party people have taken to buy the headquarters, and they have taken on Saturday, they say they're going to have razor. They made you, they use you to buy your headquarters, to buy their headquarters. Then they're telling you, after taking the money from you, they're telling you you must come on Saturday to celebrate. That's what they're telling you. That's what the Englishmen call misguided. They see you as somebody who is not thinking right, don't know what you want for yourself. They should think for you, since you can't think for yourself. So they will drain you, they will take it from you, use it for themselves, then they tell you, come on that day, come celebrate. When you finish, then you go, because we will have gotten what we want from you. We will have already drained you. Then you go home now and be looking for foreigner to eat. Ask yourself, this is simple to understand. Cornelia Cried talked about, even though her father being a lawyer, but the life she living now, she was not living that life. The life Mo Ali living now. We saw Mo Ali in opposition, yeah. The life Bwaga Jaliba, for Bwaga Jaliba, he just being that way quiet. Yeah. When he left Unity Party, when Unity Party was practically dead, he find way, when he came from school in America, Asila Metal employ him. So he has something, even though they were not moving around Joe Bwaga to gain something. Most of these people, the life they're living today, they were not. Because they needed life. When I say life, I mean the kind of life they're living now. I'm telling you why they're boasting. Why they can look in your face and tell you anything. And why they will tell you that we are not coming back. Because they have gotten the life that they have always wanted. When they were in opposition, why they were vexed. When they saw other people living life, and they weren't living that life. They were poverty-stricken. They were downtrodden. They were peasants. They were poor to the core. Today, look at them. Look at them. Look at the cars. The rain. People have started showing their houses, the building. Broad day. That's money laundering. That's consider that broad day stealing. The Englishman considers it or refers to it as money laundering. You're taking the country money, they're not your own money. You did not do that when you're in opposition. Because you did not have it when you're in opposition. Everybody was pulled down to Joseph Iman Bwaga's Unity Party standard bearer that going down there on Saturday to go talk. He was poor, he could not have it, he could not get it. Costa said they were struggling when it was on the brink of putting them outside. He said he tried the best. He started lobbying with his people around. At that time, Costa was the hot cake. So when Costa say he won 10,000, less than 5 minutes, Costa will raise that 10,000. He said he raised 60,000 and gave the 60,000, and Joe Boga took 40,000 for that. What happened with the rest that they could not secure the part or hold on to the party headquarters? What happened? So you don't mind them, you don't get jitter, you don't provoke them. If they provoke you, people don't reply, you don't say anything. Just focus on the construction of your headquarters that is going on in Magibi County, that will be taking place on Saturday in Grand Bassa, that the Congo Town main headquarters going on. Just focus on yourself. In life, you just focus on yourself. Leave the next person, what the person doing, what they're doing at the business. In the fullness of time, they will be exposed. So just focus on yourself, focus on your party, focus on 2029. Do what you can do for your institution. That's all. Do what you can do for your institution. Don't be carried away by what they're doing, how they are doing it. Everybody knows that they are stealing. It is a broad day stealing. Their hands are caught in the cookies jar. Yesterday, that's the expression they was using. They say, oh, CDC officials' hands caught in a cookies jar. Today, they are caught in a cookies jar. The reason that people are defending because they are in government. Assume that CDC in opposition did that. You have seen how these guys who have preached all of the laws. Honor them, they were lambasting the ombudsman, the office of the ombudsman. Honor Bwaka, what happened? The office of the ombudsman is being abused. They don't regard Finley, they don't regard how they call it Kanga Finley or Finley Kanga. They don't regard him at all. Honor George Weah. Everything. The man who's sitting in that Senate today called Darius Dillon, he was quoting all of the laws, all of the articles of ombudsman. Why he can quote it today? Philip Kanga sitting down over there like toothless bulldog. He shamed, he regretted why he ever accepted the position. Because Unity Party officials in regard him, they're going about doing what they want to do, and he dare question them. The very Joseph Iman Bogain able the people. What happened? When they say you can't hold dual position, and Bwaga called the people to a meeting and said, gentlemen, y'all continue. Amos Toya, continue your position. Luther Tapper, continue. There's a person, y'all continue. No problem. Then, with the president himself giving them the approval, what is he saying? Ombudsman, Finley Kanga just sit down over there and be getting money. We regard you. So you see, everything yesterday, they condemn. Today, they are doing it. That's how God can expose people. They always say the load too heavy for Bwaka. It's heavy. It can't make it. So you move on. You print your t-shirts. You print your t-shirts 2029. Don't just put vote on it. Don't put vote for on it. No. They're printing their t-shirts and their shirts. 2029, they say no vacancy. Print your own. Everywhere, wear your t-shirts. Everywhere, put it whichever way you can do it. All over, you flood the place. CDC 2029, we are coming back. Everywhere, if you are a sedition, if you are a typical sedition, you will do that. Everywhere, when people pass this way, they see you. They pass this way, they see you. They pass this way, they see you. What did Maggie say? What I'm telling you, that is exactly what Maggie meant.
CDC, get ready for Joe Weah to come back. But for you to be ready, you want Joe Weah to come back? You want Joe Weah to come back? Each and every one of you got to go out in the street and start recruiting. You go in the community where you live and start recruiting. 2029 will be at the police station.
So, reach out, wear your t-shirt. Another person say, oh, Partisan, I like your t-shirt, or I like your shirt. Where you get it from? So the other person printer, I'm going to print my own. The other person say, oh, so that I looking, oh, but then I'm going to print my own too. So Less than no time, you have 10, 15, 20, and imagine less than an hour, 3, 4, 5 days, a week, month, be all over. You know what you're doing right there? You are reaching out. You are telling people, yes, truly, we're ready. We're coming back. We are coming back. People convince people. People are moved by people. But when they see you doing nothing, and you just sitting out there looking at, you know, about the people, look at that, look at that, 2029, we have in there. You'll be hurting yourself. When they say 2029, no vacancy, they get Bwaka, they get Kun. There, you print your own. 2029, we are coming back, and we are further there. So when they tell so, they see, we are coming back, they tell us that, you know, that statement can hear them bow, it can go in their flesh, bone, blood, marrow, soul, spirit. It makes them uncomfortable. That will be doing it for today. That's it. That's it. You don't have, when you're going to buy a headquarter or raise one for headquarter, you don't have to turn it into a campaign. You don't have to lobby. You don't have to go around doing public outreach for people to come. No, you can't. When you securing a party headquarters, you raising funds, you can encourage partisans to go. You don't have to do anything beyond that. So let me read a few comments and then we can turn to you, and quickly we out is the weekend. Jengma Boru said, exactly, we are jumping on it. And also, we are 2029. Gabriel West says, we are coming back. We are 2029. You print your t-shirts, your shirts. Rodney Jar, the people leading this country are too useless. Alvin S. Bono, right? President Weah's second term bid is unstoppable. Rita, 1963. Wow, Bwaka and his criminals are going to be in worry again. And then she laughs. On the issue of Dillon calling for his colleagues to cut their pay, Jengma Boro say Dillon says it's not serious. Philip Tokwa said the guys are very wicked. Why take home $15,000 in a poverty-stricken country like ours? Okay. So let's go. Let's take few calls and then we go home. That's the weekend, or then we go home. Yes. Let's go to the line and just get a couple of calls. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 98 0375. Hello.
Yeah, Sam Andrew, good evening, good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm DJ now, the man who can fly for president. We are calling you from the borough of Nuku Town.
How is Nuku Town?
Yeah, Nuku Town is fine. Bwaka is doing good development here, breaking people houses down and no nothing we can see. So we give glory to Almighty God for Bwaka to do that for us.
To continue breaking your houses down?
Yeah. Can't see from Point 4 all the way to go Lagoon. You will see to yourself.
Yeah, but that's why you need to get your t-shirts, print your t-shirts. As the breaking, you tell them we are coming back 2029.
But brother, for me, DJ Nat, who can cry for president? We are my campaign started the very bad way the election commission announced that Waka win the election. Trust me, from that day, I stay there, but I'm talking to people for Joria. Trust me, without Joria, they come free, we're not going nowhere. Yeah, Waka, yeah. Then I want before proper by me say, they say Waka coming to Nyeku Tata Hall. I say, that nonsense you talking, Waka not here in Nigeria. Say, oh, I say, yeah, oh.
All right, Chief.
I was rushing to go and find place to say that.
All right, thank you.
Me? So, tell Andrew, I'm DJ Nat, the man who can cry for president. We are.
All right, DJ Nat. All right, DJ Nat.
Through.
Amen. Right. Thank you, DJ Nat. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah, fine.
That's why I'm going to go to my teacher. That's wrong. I will promise also we'll get a center where we're going to be our lair. The fact that we're going to get Labiro man, Labiro Kerry, you can let me go to your friend money off. You don't want to be here. You don't want to say, well, I want to break 2 million no go. Why the fact I see? Get it. You will talk about the money. You are carrying it now. What data? A t-shirt. My best pay a t-shirt. Take it down. Number 18. We take back for the 9. I get it already. I can wear it. No way. No, I will get it. No way. Anybody get test. Put your t-shirt wear it. I will come back. Another one. Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Hey, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Edmund Carr, and I'm the visually impaired, keeping this home prepared person to the fire to the lower. You know, it is the glorify is there, and this is why I would say to citizens that whenever you guys come up with this kind of sensitive information, we take something wrong with it, because the guy provoke us every time, and sometimes we don't use some of the words to provoke them too. And I will run with this that Boaka is not prepared to go into the 2029 election. That is clear. And we should run with this and also show that we are appearing on, looking at all of his activities. Can you imagine Boaka is running away from the executive mansion now? Say last week, Boaka had not entered the executive mansion. He came straight from Bombay and he left the country to go to one of these stake in Nigeria. Okay? So before he traveled, he cabinet meeting, it's all happening there. Whether he's fighting and they keep pushing him around, you know, keep pushing it. So his story will be like what happened in the United States of America. At some point in time, they will still be holding on, and at some point in time, Boaka will be forced to just stay aside and allow somebody to just abruptly take over to be able to carry so that we can be able to pick them on the tree. But it is okay to go into it. We don't have power for it. We are prepared and ever prepared to get in out of the way. Now, quickly to the Michael Salmon issue. You know, that guy, the brother of Ghana, to some extent, is a cousin to me because we do have a Ghana in our family, and our cousin too is a Ghana. And he told me it's not the same. He's very close to that guy. He's very close to the other Ghana. That Ghana is a cousin to him. The one that the trouble, the fire incident occurring here, like he's a cousin to him. So I think he told me that there's one kind of story surrounding the whole thing that happened. The clarify is that they went for funeral, but they forgot about the pie. According to him, he told his wife to go back home to pick up the pie, and while he is waiting for her at the wait, when she went out, what happened? What thing happened? She decided to rest, and what happened? And that incident occurred very early, around 10:45, and the woman was the community chair in that era. All the youth, all the people to keep around to bust that place, to are making sure to get some of the people out. They didn't succeed doing it. So she just took the stuff, she put it around her, run into the bathroom. Then when she lied and then they took the children ran to the hospital and they were pronounced there. But here's one of the things I think it is important. If the husband agree with they that is go ahead with the investigation, the very position that Ghana occupy, that position is occupied now by what a guy name. He occupied that position. And immediately that thing
what position? What position he occupies?
He was the vice president for finance. Vice president for finance.
Where?
Yeah.
Where?
At the University of Liberia. Yeah. At the University of Liberia, he was removed, quote unquote, based on corruption. Lester Kenny was placed in the position. So immediately that thing happened to Ghana, Lester Kenny posted that it is true. The Bible never lie. The wicked will never have peace.
Do you have
when he brought
Emoka? Do you have that? You have?
Oh yeah, it's the government of power committee on it.
Wait now. Did you screenshot it? You have it? You have that? You have that?
I don't have it.
Oh no, but when you see things that
when you ever say that post, so they can send it to me for me to send it to you. Well, other people will comment on it.
Yeah, but when you see such thing, you screenshot it and keep it.
Yeah. I will.
All right, thank you.
For other people that are following the show, they may have seen that. Even Samara.
All right, thank you.
Voice on Liberia, she saw that post.
All right, thank you, Chief. Thank you. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm doing good.
Thank you for the show. Lord, we proud to wear our t-shirts. For the time we lost the election in this country. Nowhere you pass, you have to see about this t-shirt or anything they have. Even the so cold they talk about today, you can see the person in the sea where our banners on our head. I'm proud to wear our t-shirts in our district, in our community. You pass what the person see one man wear, you buy t-shirt passing by you. Because they know they kill the power with life. So they can be ashamed to wear their own t-shirt. You can be see the community. I'm telling you. You can be see the community, but we, our t-shirt, anybody, you will see them wearing it. Even the children, you will see them wearing it. So when I get time for them, I'll see them wearing it. They don't want to your place there. We want all the show coming down there. What other foolish guys can't come up? Who they call? I so you say go ask your mom who they call we are. After they are getting it, that's what they upload for you. That is very for you. Enjoying the soul that day. Thank you.
Hello.
Oh yeah. Oh hello, Andrew.
Yeah.
Oh my brother, thank you for the show. I called me for that t-shirt. I really want to the station there. I'm going to come out tomorrow.
Mama, nobody will not get t-shirts there.
I want to buy that.
No.
Someone working really print for me. I will pay that person.
When I get
can do business.
Hey, yeah. Chief, I beg you, when I get t-shirts here, we say your Jaha Unity Party people buying the t-shirt, the printing it. Yeah. You do the same thing too. That's not everything at radio station. Okay, later, Chief. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much for the program. I'm Orlando Wama. I'm calling from Kingsley. Thank you very much for the program. You know, Liberia, for Liberians, we as Liberia, this country belong to us. So it will be better for you to get great information as you go to win the world at this. I always say that you know, party will always take the footprint of CDC because CDC break ground, you know, party want to break ground. So now they are taking a footprint. So we hope that this information you are giving to us, be continue on over and over. And you know one thing about the information I give out to us, more of it happens in the poor interest. I always say it over and over. Never have regard for our leader as a leader. But when we continue with that kind of getting at our leader, no person can do rondo, no person can do rondo, it will not be fun. It will be like a culture. When you get tomorrow, I talk about you. When I get tomorrow, I talk about me. So let us know how to speak about our leader. Never forgo those things that happened in the past and do things legally. Thank you very much.
Hello,
sir.
Yeah.
This is Federal Council, your old man. Saying these people that are in power, They look at they really keen to do evil. The people get eating money, stealing money, and they even get time for their own citizen. Saying, I listened to AB. AB told me down to the paramount chief. All the chiefs there, they taxing them $10,000. So my son, what kind of wickedness is that? These people that never used to get their children food to eat, they don't want to put in power to be leaders. This is why they're suffering all like this. But with me, I sit in here, I got a t-shirt, I got a lapper. Nobody need to look for solution. We get it on our face. Whether we get party color or not, so we see our person and we talk to them, we deal with them. Thank you, Papa.
Hello?
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I just come from Capital Building. I small plan go make the name some of the unity party for
Why you go to Capital Building to make palava?
I'm going to plan inside the building so that Osha was passing. Then they start talking and say, we are having
But so your way, let me understand. So anything people say about we are, then you're ready to react?
No, but you will tell you, we will never come back. That time we say, we will come back. We will come back.
But when people say we will not come back, does it mean that we will not come back, that the more can decide? Yeah, that everything you will be reacting to them? That you can tell the people to feed your vex. Because every little thing they say, you lead the people, when they say we are not coming back, you just lead the people, let them talk. You do what you can do to get we are back. That all. You don't be reacting to everything people say.
We'll do it, but we'll do it. Me, I come and go so much big gap there. We are 2029. We are coming back. We are coming back. It will you will see, it will be she. We'll put it there. I will put anything on it. I'll put it there and make it a portion on it. On the media and see for the house for more. 2029, we are coming back. We tell God our people are going for groundbreaking all over in the country. We tell God, thank you, that God people. The people that are not getting it. That's too much in China. The people are talking all over. They all get in the market. The tower, see what in your hair, your tongue with a nine, you stream of in your hair, it will be here. I say, yeah, the men are still the street, give it to you. You want problem, you want whisper to get in the street. But in coming back, none, in coming back, tomorrow say, when they say tomorrow, say like election, so we win election for you. Right. Thank you, Papa.
Hello.
Thank God. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Andrew. I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call from a pro corner, down coast of the White Town community. Mr. Andrews, this is the highest hypocrisy I've ever seen in my life. The president that boasted of international community contact, the man who boasted of experience, the man who said he's going to make Nigeria to be super heaven, to see the man proceed and crying on his own government official to create jobs is very unfortunate. Even undermine the fight against drugs that he once said he declared a state of emergency. Those things are not happening under him. Then sadly, people who profess yesterday that Mo Adi is on tape. He told the world in Liberia that, oh, thank God we're in power. We did not see money to build up the headquarters. 3 years down the line, Mo Adi is celebrating, storing money to build a political party head, and they are making it to look like it's a national event. Time for them. Whatever they are doing, that place is where CDC defeated them, and we're going to defeat them in 2029, and we use that place as a police station. That's our money, and we're going to give account of it. Look, the party is dead. Probably apart to the party headquarters just now, just a day to the quote unquote or Judah says the place is poor and very poor. The party is dead, and we'll bury them in 2029. Thank you for giving me the opportunity and for always giving us the opportunity, because the campaign has started and we are going to preach the message, and the message is resonating. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Senator.
Good afternoon.
For Joseph. Thank you very much, my brother, for the topic this afternoon. You know, Senator, they pray God, they just have behind the palace because they know that Baka is sick. So they have behind to come to power. They said in the gate to our terrible way back. They were suppressing them. They said, only they are one more rule. in the country that they really want rest of more year. Before they let Americans come in power and open our eyes. That is the same thing they do it again. When we tell the people, say the people will not be in your interest. The people are coming. They are not coming to help anybody. They will not have the advocate to destroy the country. We will tell the people they will not listen to it, but now today they are glaring. Even in our committee, we listen now. They are glaring that two years will be turning off. The people are not in our interest. I said, we need to tell you. They don't have the advocate because they want this suppressing or they're taking money for their cheese. And they allow them for the country to pay for party. Are you kidding me? They say they open up, you say they are throwing away. Or throwing it in hammer. Your so can. They open their eye. They will come by suppressor. But let me tell you, say, Andrew, I got one measure for Unipale. So that to the man, after we finish with Unipale, we destroy them. They will never know Unipale. This is our party. Different party will be in the country, but no Unipale will be here again. Thank you very much.
Hello? Hey, cut the radio off, Chief. Cut the radio off before you call. Hello?
Yeah. Hello, Bro Andrew.
Yeah, fine. Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you very much for the program. Mr. Andrew, it's just simple. And I even, we talk, people always started campaign. It was so good they had started. So they will not ask me when I wear my t-shirt whatsoever to ask me. I will give them a good answer. If you didn't have the house, come because to act this early. Whereas campaign had the time, limit where campaign can start. You don't already started it. I don't think anybody stopping me. In my village time in Bon County, there was a farmer chief. Okay, when he charged him, he told him I'll be pretty mature. They only will tell you, say, but oh man, you over age too small. You over age too small. That's how Bwaka is. You over age is too small. The visiting center is too small. Thank you very much.
Hello?
Yes, Andrew, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I was calling for a really long trap. As I said, the people there, that the people that were in power, one of the more years than president.
But then you call first?
Yeah, I called, but I say I will not only land.
No, but you made your point.
Okay, thank you very much. So they will not use it again. Thank you very much.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon. You have your phone on speaker?
Hello.
Yeah. Yes.
We are coming back 2029. That we want to for
Chief, sorry, we're not understanding you. Hello.
Afternoon, General.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. You know, me, the people talking, General, me, I won't keep myself for 2029. All the talking, what you're not talking, I just looking at them. Any play a part, if you hear me, you see, you come to power again, I say, no, you won't be there. You won't be there. When time comes, they will come. When your time, you won't tell us. I want to tell them. So, General, me, I won't use my breath on those people. Because the people, they compete for me now, so I don't need to compete again. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So, here, listen. I said from the beginning, nothing hurts a person when you can just keep yourself calm and say what the future is. Vexation, anger, causing, even though nobody caused, because we know what causing is. Causing that what the English people call vulgar statement. And you know, you can hear from Zogo, you hear from a woman in the community, two women making palava, or you know, you can hear some from men too. You can holler and say, hey man, my man, hey, my sister, close your mouth small. And I don't want them to call cussing. The Englishman can call it vulgar expression. But the one that you can hear on radio, that what they call description. If you say someone is reckless, you're saying the person is disorganized. than what you observe. There aren't cursing there. But the people who claim to be educated in their political self, because they did it yesterday, they don't want you to do. Yesterday, they were descriptive, so they don't want you. So nobody cursing. But don't put anger. In a warfare, you can put anger. When the people say, we are not coming back, they want you to say something. They are stirring you up. They are trying you. They are testing your, whether you get strong mind or you're quick to react. When they say, we are not coming back, and you don't say anything, you know what you have done to that person? You have brought the fool, the stupidity, the clown, the dullness of that person. Just try it. That person will never talk again. That person will not say anything. The reason people in our Liberian parlance who can say trottor, because they want you to say something so that they will say it back, then you'll be hauling. You'll be on it. The person say this, you say that. Say this, you say that. Then the next thing, it can lead to something. But when you are focused, when you are determined, and you are hopeful, you are convinced of the future and what you're going to achieve in the future, you will not give into distraction. Honestly, let me tell you people are not on as the way we are on. They know us personally, everywhere. Everywhere, they know us personally. From the community where we live, everywhere. I told you about the guy who said, B-Mel, I know the man knows me very well. He said that you can be on the radio preaching that George Weah returns to the presidency, that illusion. You ain't ready yet. You're the weird people. He talked. He got through in the midst of other people. I didn't say anything. I greeted the other guys. I walked off. I left him there. What did I turn him into? A clown. To be thinking about it. Everywhere we go, we'll tell you the kinds of things that people say to us, the awful expressions. We have the right to come on the radio and use the radio to react, but no, we can't do that. It would be unprofessional. Moreover, everyone is entitled to his opinion. We maintain that Weah is coming back. If you say Weah ain't coming back, you're entitled to your opinion. We express our opinion, and we believe in our opinion. We hold our opinion to be evidently true. And the very Unity Party supports our opinion. They are campaigning for Weah. So we don't get vexed. No, we don't get vexed at all. Everything they say, they're entitled to their opinion. You don't get vexed with people when they express their opinion. When you get vexed, then they know that you are weak. They see it as vexation, that you vex because you're not there. And they're there. You're uncomfortable. And you will not have a better future again because we are not coming back. That all they will be saying within themselves as they see you just reacting. What did they do when they were in opposition? When you people, seditionists, were saying some things, and then when they said we agree, they came out with that statement and they printed t-shirt, we agree. Y'all can do the same. You don't get vexed. You don't be blasting, showing anger. My guy say you go out. When they say we are not coming back, do things to bring we are back. Do things that they will be convinced and say, these people serious, that they will stop saying we are not coming back, because when you're doing, they will not say we are not, because they see action, and the action they see, they know that it is an impactful action. All across, you seditionists, let me use these few minutes to tell you people this, because I observe it. You get us how you see. Apart from the ones who say, oh, when the person said the other one, we blast them. When the other person said the one, we blast them. That's not how you win a person. That's not how you operate in a war, a political warfare like this. If that is the way, then many days you say, oh, send you to the police station, oh, they do the other one, oh, they carry them, oh, because the person said that. Oh. When you're in a warfare, you have to restrain yourself. It hurts along the way, I can understand, but this is where your maturity comes in. When you understand the atmosphere, you know that you are in a warfare. They will provoke you. They will come up with all kinds of things because you are not in. If you were in, they will not be provoking you. They're in, so they are provoking you. So the best way you can bring the clown, the fool, the dullness, the stupidity out of them is to just remain silent. If you ever want to say anything, just say, we agree, we accept, and you move on. You ain't see something there yet. The people can even go to the institution. Say Kings FM, that radio station there. All kinds of things they can say. But at the same people, they can turn to listen to St. Andrews, listen to Israel, listen to AB. The same people who are be condemning the station. Because we ain't got time for them. We're preaching we are return. Where is our focus? Where is our subject? Where is our priority? We cannot. In life, you don't leave your priority and focus on distraction. Then it means that you're ready to succeed. No, you don't leave your priority. You don't leave what you have as your agenda and you giving into distraction. Somebody say, oh, you say we are coming back, we are not coming back. Then we tell them again, we are come back. Oh, we are not coming back. Oh, you are going to sit down here, you're talking organizing. Yeah, we are coming back. What wasting time for? The time we take to be arguing unnecessarily, we should take that time to research the information well, get into the government closet, bring things outside and say it. And that one can hide them to the core. You relax yourself. You don't be getting vexed with the people. You're giving the people more edge over y'all. You don't blast them. You don't get vexed with them. You're focused. Every day you think when you wake up, what do I need to do? What kind of idea should I come up with that the people will see that truly this we are me is coming back, or this person here is a dire supporter for truth. Supporters of a person or political party, they think towards the future. They are content creators. Content means you bring out different ideas. The lady wakes up in the morning. She finished with all her domestic work. She's on her leisure time, nothing to do. She takes her you did that sport here. She finished with everything. She in the community. She ain't bothering anybody. She about to create a content, create an atmosphere that will attract passers-by, listeners to the content she has created, promoting her political party, her stand-up bearer. So now she just take her song, she's sitting in her CDC lapper or CDC t-shirt or beret. She playing her song, singing along.
There are thousands of solutions.
She playing her song. She has no time playing her George Weah CDC song.
George. Rastafari. It's a redemption day.
Wagwan must struggle.
Wagwan revolution, people.
She not talking to anybody. People passing, just looking. When they tired looking, they go. They don't want to be talking with NSA. They CDC people in the George Weah business. So what she has done right there, she has given them job. That job, they focus on her instead of focusing on what they have to do. At the close of the day, you see somebody will say, but the lady is right. She has to promote her party. George Weah, and they say George Weah not coming back to power. Let's see. Some people, they are not seditions. They are not seditions. But you hear them say from life perspective that though Unity Party say George Weah is not coming back, but it is possible because we have seen it around the world. Meaning, Liberia is no different from those countries. Simple. And I don't know you people, but I do know that very many of you create contents about your party, CDC, about your president, your standard bearer, George Weah, and I can only encourage you to continue doing it. Don't give into distraction. Don't give into what people will say about you, against you. When you're in a warfare, you ignore people, you close your ear, you put wax in your ears and just focus. Sometimes, most often I like watching the game in the football club or the video club when I go to watch Barcelona game. Now, because I am a diehard Barcelona fan, I can create content. And you saw the last time I came on the air, my Barcelona hair tie, my gun. So I'm moving, everybody talking. You hear some people say, that gun will get hot on you. And how you take it all when it finish beating you. So I'm aware of all of those. So when I'm walking, going to the video club to watch the game, I get my earpiece, I increase the volume, I put it on, So while I'm walking, what people saying, what they're not saying, am I hearing you? I'm moving. I'm stopping to talk to anybody. Any of my friends stop me to shake my hand. I shake your hand. I'm moving. I in the video club watching the game. My earpiece on. The music playing loud. So I'm not getting sound from outside. I'm looking at the screen when Barcelona score. I know. Simple as that. That's what you do. Because when you give attention to everything that people say, you will just get distracted. You will lose track of what you ought to. And that's how some people, they don't achieve, they don't get the political plan working, they don't get the social plan working, they don't get the religious plan working, they don't get any plan because they give into distraction by emotion. When you put in emotion, you lost focus of your agenda. Our focus, yes, is George Weah. And people can call, they can say all kinds of things. They say, oh, you're working with George Weah station and you're begging for money. Oh, you're sitting there, that 6 years, you're with talk on that radio station, you'll get tired. And what do we say? All of us talking 6 years. We can get vet. Because all of us talking 6 years. Why all of us talking 6 years? Because all of us in the 6 years, all of us living right now going to the 6 years. So we're talking, they're reacting. And both of us talking, simple. The thing, life, that simple logic, simple idea. That's why God said, use the 5 senses right. Be slow to speak, quick to hear, analyze good. When you can analyze well, you will see the mistakes from the other side. You know how to push them off. So you don't get vexed. So you're here. You don't get vexed. You don't get vexed at all. Anything they say about we are not coming back, tell them say we agree. They're responsible for talking. You're responsible for action. So you can put away your action and then you give into talking. Then you will not make progress. Then it better you talk for we are. You say you're not a sedition. A partisan, a loyal partisan, talk less, do more. That's what Maggie say, spread out, reach out. You should be concerned about reaching out to people. I've told you to wear your t-shirt, get your CDC t-shirt, whether 2023 or whether 2018 or whether 2029 or the fact that you get it. But the emphasis was on 2029 since our many on the other side, they say no vacancy 2029. Then you print your own too and say, we are coming back 2029. And that statement, there is no statement in the Republic of Liberia. There is no statement in the Republic of Liberia that Unity Party people don't want to hear. That statement is like you taking knife to slaughter their entire generation. That statement can go in just like using blade. You know how razor blade sharp, and when you cutting somebody with razor blade, they can feel it more than when you're using knife, because razor blade is very sharp. You can feel it. That's how that statement can go. It can cut Unity Party people's skin. George, we are coming back. Then the man can hear it from the man himself when he playing on the radio. Already the man get bass, the voice. We are coming back. So you just leave it. You don't give into the thing that you can give emotion in warfare. People can use, though in warfare, there are too many strategies people use. You got to be sensitive. You got to be sensitive. In warfare, there's something called the mind game. You think Jeremiah Pia and the rest of the people ain't know that we has the strength? You think that they know, Boaga does not know that we are command 80 to 85% of the people of this country? You think they have not seen we are strength? You think they don't know? You think they are not convinced? All of them convinced. All of them. But they will come with the mind game that we are not coming back. We are not coming back. That the only thing they'll be talking about, they can't move from another thing. We are not coming back. We are not coming back to power. When you hear that saying, you hear people saying that repeatedly. What it tells you, they are afraid. And so they want to use the mind game to turn the public against him. So when they say we are not coming back, say, yeah, that's true. We are not coming back. When they see your action, they will say, oh, but they think we're talking, we are not coming back. The people serious. You seditions, you know that you don't give up. It is known all over the world. You have a unique history of not giving up. You seditions, you have a unique history that your number don't drop. It is a historical fact that Weird's popularity hasn't dropped. We are considered defeat. He lost the election. His popularity rose again. Who that happens to in life? You lose the presidency, you're off. Yet your popularity doesn't dwindle. It increases by the day. Where you see that happening in the world? In 2026, you're going to see movements of George Weah. You're going to see movements of your president. You're going to see movements of your standard bearer. You're going to see movements of a global icon, George Weah. Unity Party, no, Boaga is afraid of that man. Boaga is afraid. The man is the most popular in the country. When you have, oh God, seditions, how people should talk to you. I don't understand anything. Yeah. You have the most popular, the only popular person in the Republic of Liberia. The man whom the rest of the opposition political parties look up to or looking up to. Instead of being relaxed, you jittering. You You should be concentrating on unity. Why Unity Party people say, God forbid, I think it never ever happen to Sam Andrew. I won't see it. I'm focused. They're talking. We can get in gatherings gatherings. They saying all manner of things. Some of the things they say, very disrespectful. But I don't reply. They're entitled to their opinion. Some of them can say, you feeling say, I'm going to send Andrew get on the radio, forget it, you know the mail. So I can't talk it. I'm talking George Weah. The ones that you can hear me say, just to share idea with you. That's all. But most of the things, I don't get that. They're entitled to their opinion. They don't want to be expressing fear that when the man get on the radio, you talk, what are you doing that for? It's unprofessional. You're entitled to your opinion. The one I find that having substance to share with you, I share with you. But in gathering, people say all manner of things. You'll say, Joe, we are come back. That's your business. You'll say any kind of thing. And you working on that thing that you'll get ordered at radio station there. Oh, I get that. All of us broadcasting. Hey. I know warfare, all kinds of things will happen. You don't get jitter. You have the most popular. Hey man, why I keep on saying most popular? You have the only popular man and politician in Liberia, the George Weah. You have the only man, anything he says, in a twinkling of an eye. You have the man whom Joseph Human Boakai is afraid of. That's why Boakai avoided him. The man is popular than Joseph Human Boakai. The man is the only man that maintains Liberia's security. What Unity Party and Joseph Boakai were doing in opposition, if we are just intend to do that and we has it, Boakai go off, his pressure go off. Already, the Henry Costa told us that now we know about it. We know about it. That Henry Costa said it. That your own man Henry Costa said the man using pacemaker. He carried Joseph Boakai to hospitals many times. He saw the people treating Joseph Yema Boakai in the emergency room. That your Costa said it. That now also me, I never knew about it. Kings Evan never knew about it. That Costa said it. And you know when somebody using pacemaker, forget it. You got to be careful how you walking. The most popular man. Yeah. Then you be jittering. When you on weird side, you relax. That on Boakai, when you on Boakai side, you should be worrying. When on Boakai side, they will say, yeah, you saying the one in there. But now you on weird side, you relax. The most popular man in the country, the man who commands. If we are comes back into the country now, we are saying he's just making a walk within Central Monrovia. See what will happen. See what will happen. But you people have seen it. To the extent when the man comes outside, he's constrained to leave in no time. Why? Because of the crowd. The man himself knows. When he comes outside, he's constrained. That means he operates within a short space. He tells his people, let's go back. Because everybody, the entire country, will come out just to see that man. So who's the most popular? When you have such a person, when you have the multitudes coming up, what's that? You know what it does? You know what it creates? Your focus on 2029, man. I'm like, y'all leave Unity Party people. You're hating your here. You'll be welcoming your people when you're joining anything. When they do something to you that your business. So, me, I'm telling you now. Like you'll be Unity Party people say they want, and me I say they want party then, and me I say they want. Not everybody refine. They says that thing that you go join inside. When they join on you, they hear you, they do something to you that you will be feeling pain. When they say we are not coming by, they're provoking you. Just say two things. You either respond by saying we agree, you move from there, or you don't respond. I will go for don't respond. You lead them. Because that's the best way to tell anybody that you're not normal. That's the best way. You can turn a person into a clown. That means you leave the person to talk. When a person starts talking, we are not coming back. We have messed the country up. And they will shut up and find something else. Simple. Strength. Let me tell you what strength is. Strength is not in physical or physicality. Strength is in the mind. When they say this man is strong, that is mind. The mind, strength. It's not physicality. You say, oh yeah, we can see it, yes. But I'm talking about the mind. How you respond to issue. You determine. Everything is determined from up here. They have said all kinds of things about us, to us about we are. But when you get done, we turn them into clowns. When they finish talking, we say, yeah, you're entitled to our opinion. And we're going to what 2020 now. We believe in action. We are is action driven. Bouaka is not action driven. Bouaka admitted that his government has failed. So the way our mental strength is, we look for the stuff. So let me share this one with you, then we go. Let me share this experience. I'll tell you the ones that, the one that they can say all kind of thing, provoking, insulting, or I don't get time for that thing. They're entitled to their opinion. So this one, here is a guy around land authority. I have my friends there. They it makes MPC, ANC, CDC, UP. So they just makes, I like the composition. So sometimes I go there to speak to them. But one of them, we've been friends for almost 10, 15 years now. Yeah, good friend. So we'll go there, we're lecturing from one end. So yesterday, we're there talking, there, one of the political parties chairman that endorsed Joseph Iwan Bouaka, the runoff election. He was introduced to me by my friend, who I consider a brother, very good. Been together for long, beyond party lines. Yeah. When all the political party teams were together, struggling. So that one can say we're brothers. So while we were talking early morning, before I came to the radio station, I passed there to you, Galley Street, come beyond water and sewer. So I was sitting there, the chairman key, you are going honor that old thing. So he said, Sam Andrew. I say, yeah, the Liberian journalist. He said, there he said, he has my response. I know he buzzed out with laughter. He said, my man, chairman. He said, my man, you're going to cover the ceremony? I said, what ceremony? He said, man, December 6th. I said, yeah. I said, yeah, we'll go cover the ceremony. But I will only be looking for the negatives about see what everybody buzz out with laughter. He said, because he's supporting United Party. He said, Samaju, he said, my man, you cover the event? I said, which event? He said, December 7th. I said, yeah. But I will only be looking for the negatives. He buzzed out with laughter. I'm just sharing this with you. We use wisdom in responding. So you see, he felt weak. The guys behind the authority, they listen, they know they're laughing because what they're joke. He said, man, you going to cover the event? I said, which event? He said, December 6th. I said, yeah. But I will only be looking for the negatives, the bad ones. Quietly, he went on the other side laughing. So sometimes you just go that way. And honestly, when they press me, sometimes that's the only thing I can tell them. The same thing I told you people the last time. We are opposition radio station all over the world. Opposition stations don't promote government. It is not your responsibility to promote government. It is the government's responsibility to promote itself. It is the government's responsibility through its radio stations, pro-government, to promote. All over the world, opposition radio stations promote the agenda of the opposition, promote the standard bearer of their political party. In this case, our focus, our standard bearer, our political leader is George Weah. So the next person on the other side, they promote theirs. So all of us now, we come together and promote the opposition. That's why you can hear the expression opposition agenda. So something about MPC political leader, we promote it. Something from Tiawan Gonglo, we promote it. Something from ANC, we promote it. That's what they call opposition agenda. But it is not our responsibility to promote government. It is our responsibility to look for the negatives of the government. You say, oh, but you're not sounding patriotic. No, that's what it is. When Unity Party was in opposition, ask them whether they were promoting George Weah. Ask them whether they were promoting the government. Ask them whether they were showcasing the gains and achievements of the government. They were in, but they needed to have done, but they felt that they could not do it because they were opposition. It wasn't the right to promote the government, but rather to look for the negatives, and they were just picking up the negatives and fabricating. And honestly, the same thing I tell people everywhere. Most of the people know. I tell them, I don't brag. I don't try lying to them. Oh, no. I tell them, I say, we are opposition. Our role is to pick up the negatives of the government. So if President Bouaka goes to do an address, he delivers a fine speech. But when he's coming down, he falls down. Well, that's good news for us in the opposition. The rest of the people can take the good speech or they can hide the other one. Bouaka goes to have cabinet meeting. He's coughing and coughing. Well, it's not important to have a good speech. The good speech is there. But he's coughing, and the way he coughed wasn't a signal, something else. So we pick up all of those. That's the work of the opposition. That's what Unity Party was doing yesterday. They were wrong. When you're in opposition is not the opposition role is to keep the government feet to fire, keep to the fire. Meaning they have to be critical. But that criticism, they say it has to be realistic. But such realism is hard in African politics. George Weah, Unity Party wasn't realistic in their opposition or keeping the government feet to the fire. They saw George Weah putting up structures, and they said Weah did nothing. They saw George Weah building the Emory Hospital. They said George Weah did nothing. They saw George Weah building the 14th Military Hospital. They said George Weah did nothing. They saw George Weah taking the road from this end to this end. The in opposition Unity Party people they said George Weah did nothing. They saw feudal roads everywhere in every corners, every communities that Unity Party, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did not do. Throughout Unity Party, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and Joe Bouaka, 12 years, there was dust all over. You could hardly move. Cars were not going. People were not driving into their communities. People were leaving their cars on the road. The batteries, the tires were being taken. They were leaving their cars in garages. When they come, something gone off the car. It was Weah who made that everybody would drive into their respective communities. They would take their cars straight into their house, open their home garage, and then close it. Unity Party in opposition, then they said Weah was doing nothing. Everything they saw, consciously, big people, exposed, educated people. But they kept on saying consistently that we did nothing. They did not see anything that we are doing. They will leave from here. They will leave from here. They go in America, discouraging investors from coming to the country. Then they will come back and say, oh, the man, no investor can come to the country. The man say he popular. No investor can come to the country. Say he became president, no investor can come to the country. No job, all kinds of things they used to say. The only thing the man know that football. When they go to this play, they get him football. That's the only thing he know. The man just dancing all over the place. Unity Party, not a single day, they ever admitted on a given day that George Weah did this. They never, until they got in power, even in power, they still saying that Weah did nothing, but they're seeing it all over. So ask yourself, why were they doing that? They were only looking for the negatives and playing on you. So when I tell the people that we only look for the negative about Joe Boaga and the government, then people can say, oh, you be unpatriotic. But yesterday, were they patriotic? Were they nationalistic? And those of you who don't know, we are defined. We are defined. Please. One of the guys who work in Weah government, we went for a program. It was a religious ceremony. And before the ceremony started, I don't bring up journalism, business, or politics when we go anywhere. A different person. I'm only a media person when I come behind the microphone. When I enter the radio station, I'm a media person. But outside, no, I don't brag. I don't make posts. Sometimes people try to say, I say, no. So they brought it, I say, oh, Sam Andrews is this and that. So talking from one end to another, then I'd say, oh, my member, you need to come on the platform. So we discuss this, we discuss that. Here was the guy respond to me. He said, my man, Kings FM, your platform is one-sided. Then I responded, what do you mean one-sided? He said, my member, your role is defined. You're not neutral. Then I said, yes, truly. But it doesn't stop you. He said, the radio station, just in somebody that George Weah appointed to, the person in Weah office. Yaka. So I said, yes. Our role is defined. We are one-sided, as well as all radio stations are one-sided. And even God is one-sided because God takes side. If you have no side, you are undefined, then there's integrity problem. But when you are defined and people know who you are, what you stand for, then you are respected. And that's what we are. The rest of the people are just saying that again, say, it's General Abraham, General Linen can talk. I just look at it. He didn't say anything again. I say yes. And we are defined. It's not about neutrality, but we respect everybody. But we are defined. If we were actually doing what Unity Party did, Joseph Yima Boakai, that name, Joseph Yima Boakai, will not be heard on the radio. No Unity Party people will be heard. But listen to the news. Listen to other things. It's because we respect people. This is a public service broadcaster. But we are defined. But it doesn't say we can accommodate, because we're not devilish, we're not evil, we're not unpatriotic, unnationalistic like Unity Party was in opposition. They were paying radio stations around here. They were paying talk show hosts. to say negatives about George Weah. That's why you see today some of those talk show hosts are benefiting because mission accomplished. Then they won't pretend like they neutral. There is no neutrality. We're comfortable with our role because our role is defined. We are an opposition radio station. Simple. The goal is to bring George Weah, to keep the focus on 2029, promote the opposition agenda. And let me close with that opposition agenda, opposition unity. It couldn't have been any better. How excited I was. Yes. How excited, motivated, hearing this. Yes, that's what it is. How excited, motivated I was, and still hearing this.
In responding to him, I will feel the weight everything. We were on Saturday when my mother passed her. I received a call from the former president, Ambassador George Weah. We were on Saturday when my mother passed her. I received a call from the former president. We were on Saturday when my mother passed her. I received a call from the former president. A very big thing. We were on Saturday when my mother passed her. I received a call from the former president, Ambassador George Weah. I received a call from the former vice president, Madam Joel Howard Taylor. And I also saw on that ground member of the opposition, Kalasco was there. And since the passing of my mother, the only part I've seen at the black of the opposition, I saw the former speaker, he came here. I got called from a few members of the executive.
That is exactly what we need. How motivated, excited, with the chill on my body hearing that if and only if we can maintain it this way, that's what you need. Opposition unity, opposition togetherness. When something affects one, it affects all. Something profits one, it profits all in the opposition. It's just like what God said in 1 Corinthians 12:25. He said, let there be no schism. Let there be no split. Let there be no division. Let there be no confusion amongst you. But rather, show care for one another. And then there's this expression again. A house divided against itself cannot win 2029. Oh yes, that's what God said. If the opposition is divided within itself, against itself, it cannot win 2029. A house divided against itself. How excited I was hearing this from Yeket, that the opposition show concern. Former President George Weah called him from where he was, where he is, and say, please accept my sympathy. I empathize and sympathize with you. I share in your grief. I know what it means to lose your mother. I too felt the same pain, so I know what you're going through. Fonanti Kofa was there with him. Former Vice President Joel Howard Taylor called him. Listen, nothing broke Yeket down, and nothing put sense in his head that he needs to stop just blasting opposition, talking loosely. Know that he has a base, and that base is the opposition. There's nobody against him in opposition, but sometimes he just talk loosely. Or the other person that the other person that sometimes when he's saying, I think, yeah, you know, I just wonder. Come on, Chief. If you say you getting Bwaka out, you and Bwaka not on the same lane any longer because of his misrule, and you have now resigned to be an opposition member, then you can be going against blasting members of the opposition. But yeah, what the guys did, the guys returned love against blasting. Former President we are calling, former Vice President Joa Howard Taylor called him, the Speaker went there, Kalasco went there, all the people, CDC people, they gathered, they went there to him. I think today, I think I saw some group, either Moba Molu, I saw a couple of groups that went there to empathize and sympathize with him. Apart from Moba Molu, who is not in opposition again, the rest of the opposition members that he acknowledged, you could see that truly he saw love. And it told him now that he has to stop blasting, saying all manner of things against the very opposition he's part of. Thank you all. That's all the time we've got. We are, that's it for today. We're back tomorrow if God permits. The doctor himself is in. The teacher of the land, the only light, Anthony at Law, A.B. William, will face the issues. If God permits, we're back with the weekend edition. Yes, this is how we go home on Real Talk. Thank you for being with us. Shalom.
I'm down the Blue Revolution. Y'all ready? CDC, y'all ready? Jaw. Rastafari. It's a redemption day.
Wagwan must struggle.
Wagwan revolution, people. I'm down the Blue Revolution. Y'all ready?